evening, dear viewers, and welcome to the News Bulletin at 8, brought to you by our number one news provider, Eswatini TV. I am Nondomiso Vilagata alongside Zama Nzimanzi. Let's take a look at our news-making headlines. More than 85% of Swati live closer to a primary health care facility. The relocation of homesteads to be affected by the Eswatini Randlink project from Lothian to Sitwagoto has started. The Minister of Public Works and Transport says the Royal Eswatini National Airways Corporation will fly its first flight to Harare, Zimbabwe this Friday. The news. More than 85% of Swati live closer to a primary health care facility. That is according to the Prime Minister Cleopas Dlamini during the 75th anniversary of the World Health Organization at the George Hotel in Manzini.
The World Health Organization was established in 1948 by members of the United Nations. This year, WHO is celebrating 75 years of existence. The Kingdom of Eswatini on Thursday joined the rest of the UN member states in celebrating WHO's 75th anniversary under the theme, Health for All. The event was held at the George Hotel in Manzini. When addressing the gathering, the Prime Minister Cleopas Dlamini said more than 80% of Eswatini's population live closer to a primary health care facility.
The government of the Kingdom of Eswatini has reduced the burden of communicable diseases, including HIV and AIDS, tuberculosis, malaria, neglected tropical diseases, and vaccine-preventable diseases. Over the years, deaths due to HIV has been declining, and this can be attributed to the expansion in antiretroviral treatment. Mother-to-child transmission of HIV has also dropped drastically from over 30% in the past 10 years to only 1.2% in 2022.
In the 70 decades of WHO's existence, some milestones include the eradication of smallpox in 1980, the discovery of a polio vaccine in 1961, and most recently, the 2021 malaria vaccine.
The WHO has given us a definition of universal health coverage, which they say can only be achieved when all people have access to quality good health services they need, including well-trained health workers, safe treatment and access to medicines when and where they are without facing financial hardship.
Eswatini has 350 primary health care facilities, and 69% of them have been digitalized. For Eswatini TV News, I'm Lincoln Kule with Kumbuzo Dlamini in Manzini.
The relocation of homesteads to be affected by the Eswatini Randlink project from Lothian to Sitwagoto has started. 214 homesteads will be relocated at a cost of 213 million malangeni. Minister of Public Works and Transport, Chief Ndlahlaza Ndwandwe, was at Ngabaneni under the Ndondozi constituency to tour the project site.
The relocation project will affect people from the Mangcondo, Mhlambanyatsi, Lamkapi and Ndondozi constituencies. Speakers at the event, attended by Minister of Public Works and Transport Chief Ndlahlaza Ndwandwe, had good things to say about the project.
Umsebenzi lesusukumisako la uma ulalela mhlambe liso lakho lingasilo lelitse uhamba ufune ukutenda ingane kwayo. Kepha ke siyabonga namhla ukuthi nalo lithulu sekuqalile ukukhweshisa imiti lapho khona kutahamba khona le line lesiyabekwa phansi imidwebo yalo ukuthi naliyawuhamba kahle liyawube lihambe la. Sengiko ke sibona le minyakadwe ukuthi sekukhona takhiwo naloko lokuthite kwebantfu kulelo line ukuthi kusuke. Angaqinise eMaswati kwekuthi yintuthuko le idzingaliso lelibuka khashana
takhamuti tala emnqabaneni tikhona letawuzuza ngobe lokho kwakhiwa nje la tikhona letawuqashwa tithole umsebenzi. Siyakubonga kakhulu lokho nduna inkosi.
Lokuhle sitimela siyasakhela sitimela sithi awukhona nekufundisana nebantwana kukhona nalesi kuJikago ukuthi masikhone kuphila ngoko-ke lokusenta ukuthi sisijabulele kakhulu sitimela kufika kwaso la eSwatini.
People who will be relocated will move into brand new houses and further be compensated. They will share about 80 million emalangeni in compensation. For Swatini TV News, Temgosi Mavimbela with Themba Shabango, Ngabanini.
The Minister for Public Works and Transport, Chief Ndlalhlaza Ndwandwe, says the Royal Eswatini National Airways Corporation will fly its first flight to Harare, Zimbabwe this Friday. This follows that the parastatal has been granted the green light to fly to that country by Zimbabwean authorities. The minister says these are part of the benefits of having the King Swati, the third international airport.
Sinanani siyasikhumulo setindiza eKM3 nayo leyathi mayihlelelwa ukuthi yakhiwe wonke umuntu wathi awungida kwengibona uthi wakhiwe airport lakithi leleshoko lenkulu lengaka kepha sonke namhla sibofakazi sine airport la Swatini ilapha kaMalinzi iyasebenta inetindiza bekusolo kuhamba tindiza lebesebenzisana nato tekuhamba lonyaka sekutelwe Eswatini lokuyi airline yala ekhaya Eswatini lesebendako kusasa nje yasukuma ivula indlela lebheka eZimbabwe eHarare lekuthi eMaswati atokwati kuhamba tonke tindzawo lapha afuna kuya khona sesibhalelwe ke nangiletinye ema-airline nawo lathi afuna kutosebenzisa lesikhumulo sethu.
The Minister for Commerce, Industry and Trade, Mancoba Khumalo, says government encourages business models such as Sano Foods as they are the catalyst to job creation and increase economic productivity. The minister was speaking during his tour to the Sano Food Manufacturing Factory in Matapa.
The Minister for Commerce, Industry and Trade, Mancoba Khumalo, had an opportunity to tour Sano Food Factory in Matapa. The minister was shown around the factory how traditional brew and emahewu are manufactured. In his speech, the Minister for Commerce, Industry and Trade, Mancoba Khumalo, says the ministry is excited to see eMaswati taking up space in the manufacturing sector.
Lokungijabulisa ukuthi sesiyaqala ukubona kuma sectors lamaningi lapho khona sobona eMaswati sakathi cha sesingakwenda lokho. Uma unganaka nje ku retail sector sikhule tonke letitolo letinkulu bo Pick n Pay bo okay ti own abantu bekuhamba.
Khumalo says the company is registered SME, which is 100% local directorship. Khumalo commends the relocation and installation work done by eMaswati contractors.
I want to encourage eMaswati, especially SMEs.
The Sano Foods director, Sandile Smelane, has encouraged the eMaswati who aspire to venture into entrepreneurship to take a step. Smelane says eMaswati can found their own businesses, which has a potential to inspire young people to start their own businesses. Smelane says the company will employ 37 eMaswati in the long run. Smelane says a number of players made this dream possible, which is the Swatini Investment Promotion Authority and Eswatini Bank, among other partners. For Eswatini TV News, Sondomlangeni with Mbongwa Dube, Matapa.
Corporate companies and municipalities continue to support and be part of the Eswatini Youth Empowerment Program. The United Nations Development Program Resident Representative Rose Sebatindira encourages other corporate companies to ensure that they work together with government to empower young people. Sebatindira was speaking during an MOU signing ceremony with different municipalities and corporate companies.
About 2,700 young people applied to be part of the Eswatini Youth Empowerment Program, which seeks to accelerate skills development and provide employment for vulnerable youth. The UNDP resident representative, Rose Sebatindira, says having more companies will mean that more youth will benefit from the program.
We have you in the room as partners that have signed up. And going forward, it ceases to be just UNDP, but UNDP with yourselves, government, and the rest of the private sector.
The municipality's representative, Matokoza Shongwe, pledged their support in empowering youth.
Our biggest challenge now is to how we can expand not only the reach, but in also our own budget.
The Construction Industry Council acting CEO, Makawe Mnisi, says as a regulator, they will ensure that more graduates are provided with an opportunity to improve their artisanal skills.
We certainly have leverage to ensure that our graduates and the unskilled youth are able to have opportunities to be employed, but of course also to develop their artisanal skills.
The Director for Youth Affairs in the Ministry of Youth, Peggy Twala, says a government's responsibility is to provide a conducive environment for youth businesses.
Government thanks the commitment of the private sector and the municipalities who have availed their support to the program, both financially and technically.
The PSPF presented a 600,000 Emalangeni check to support the program. Ezulwini, Hlangano, Sitegi, Mangane municipalities signed a memorandum of understanding as well as the Construction Industry Council. Eswatini, TV News, Sondomlangeni, Bongatube, Babane.
The Acting Director for Communications in the Ministry of Information, Communications and Technology, Sakile Dlamini, says it is crucial for government officials from different ministries to be capacitated on how to safely use the internet when using government system. Dlamini says the officials are being trained on cyber hygiene. Dlamini was speaking during a government officials workshop held in Babane.
The Ministry of Information, Communication and Technology, in partnership with the Eswatini Communication Commission, Kango and other partners, had a cyber security workshop that seeks to empower government officials on cyber hygiene. The Acting Director of Communication in the Ministry of ICT, Sakela Dlamini, says government has put in place systems that need to be protected.
Sithi nje asimane sibafundise ngobumcoka be-cyber security tekuphepha ngalabongcomshini. Siyathi ukuthi uhulumende une-systems, une-network lemcoka, une-data uhulumende.
He says upholding safety while working through emails or any other platforms. He says the officials need to avoid gaps that can allow danger. The two-day workshop is expected to end on Friday.
Kufuna ukuthi si practice cyber hygiene noma siqaphele ukuthi asivuli mhlambe ligede lema attackers.
The government of the Republic of China, Taiwan, has donated clothes and stationery to 200 children from Eswatini. This is through the Taiwan Technical Mission, which says children are the future and therefore their education is vital. Taiwan made this donation in partnership with TexRay.
The Taiwan Technical Mission, through its capacity building project for microfinance focusing on grassroots women in Eswatini, made this donation on Thursday morning. Taiwan says schools may be closed, however, the learning process must continue.
We also accompany with TexRay company. I believe everybody knows TexRay company is the biggest fabric company in the kingdom. They provide a lot of employment opportunity. Today, through their support, they bring 200 sets of stationery, including pen, book, and so on, and also 200 kids' clothes to provide to this care point.
The Mafutseni Royal Crow says Taiwan is a true friend to Eswatini.
Nangabeke ungene kulolu phiko lebantwana suke sosicabangela sivele ikusasa laso ngoba phela umliba ngathi likusasa likulabantwana lesibadala namuhla. Ngosiyami sisula nje nemagama ukubonga kakhulu ngendlela basita ngayo la. Abaqini lapho nalabo make bayabasebenzisa bayabasita ngokongwada imali babafundzise bayabathathe lapha emalanga bemabili bemathathu bayobafundzisa.
Speakers at the event said education is important to a country's development. For Eswatini TV News, Temgosi Mavimbela with Temba Shabangu. Mafutseni.
The United Nations Education, Scientific and Cultural Organization was engaged in a consultative meeting with stakeholders in the education sector on Thursday. The purpose was to lobby that Eswatini rectify the Artists Recognition Convention and the Global Recognition Convention. These conventions seek to put the country's higher education at a global level.
The purpose of this consultative meeting was to advocate and lobby Eswatini to ratify these two conventions. The United Nations Education, Scientific and Cultural Organization tells us more about the benefits of doing this.
The first one is certainly putting Eswatini's higher education system on the map for Africa region and globally, and to build trust in the institutions, the programs, the graduates, qualifications offered here through the normative instruments of Addis and Global Convention. It also will increase the opportunities for international cooperation with other higher education institutions.
The Minister of Education and Training thanked UNESCO and other organizations that played a part in making this a success.
I want to thank Peter to pass our sincere gratitude as a ministry and appreciation to the ROSA office for both the technical and financial assistance that has gone into this exercise. We hope that your doors remain open for us whenever a need arises, whether financially or technically, because our budget as a ministry has always been getting depleted year after year.
Countries that have ratified these two conventions include Togo, Congo, South Africa, Burkina Faso, and Senegal. For Swatini TV News, Temgosi Mavimbela with Mbonga Dube Mbabane.
Dear viewers, now take a look at our financial updates.
It can be.
Welcome back. You're still watching Eswatini TV. We begin with our sports roundup with Premier League of Eswatini that has awarded the two best players for the month of March at the Premier League and National First Division. Green Mamba playmaker Njabulo Tfala walked away with the Premier League prize, while Mbucuko Dlamini, also known as Smoothies, walked away with the National First Division prize.
And in our sports roundup, we begin with the Premier League of Eswatini together with their title sponsor MTN Eswatini, where they have awarded best players for the month of March, both at Premier League and National First Division level. At Premier League level, Green Mamba star Njabulo Tfala walked away with the prize with 6,000 emalangeni. Under the National First Division, Mbucuko Dlamini, also known as Smoothies, walked away with the First Division prize and walked away with 2,000 emalangeni. And in athletics, local top sprinters Subsiso Swazibolt Matsenjwa and female star Bongi Mahlalela took part of the ASA Grand Prix tournament in South Africa, Pretoria, on Wednesday night. Matsenjwa competed in 200 meters, where he finished 4th out of 8 competitors with 20.5 seconds. Mahlalela competed in both 100 and 200 meters, where in 100 meters she managed to finish 5th. And in our international news, Europa League tournament has reached the quarter-final stage, with Manchester United at home facing Sevilla. Feyenoord from Netherlands will play Ice Rome from Italy. Juventus from Italy will play Sporting from Portugal. German side Bayern Leverkusen will play Belgium side Union Saint-Gilloise from Belgium. For Swatini TV Sports, Fabrice Msonera, Mbabane.
That is all we had for tonight, but before we wrap up, we'll take a quick recap of today's headlines.
More than 85% of Swati live closer to a primary health care facility. The relocation of homesteads to be affected by the Eswatini Randlink project from Lothian to Zimbabwe has started. The Minister of Public Works and Transport says the Royal Eswatini National Airways Corporation will fly its first flight to Harare, Zimbabwe this Friday.
That brings us to the end of our news bulletin tonight. Up next is the weather forecast for selected towns. Good night, Eswatini.